Motivation to stay in shape has never really been something that I've struggled with. And I know from personal experience that speaking to a lot of members on a daily basis, that motivation can be something that they constantly are struggling to try and find motivation to achieve the results that they want to achieve. So I haven't done a personal video for ages, so I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about where I'm at personally and how I get to be always motivated. I'm very fortunate enough to always be able to look at glass half full. I'm a very positive person. Like, even when bad things happen, I instinctively look for the positives out of that. Now, I'm generally not just saying that. It's generally something that I've sort of, when I've looked at sort of my own personal development over the years, I generally look at more positive things, to what positive things are coming out of certain situations, even if they are negative. And I think that's had a big impact of why I've stayed motivated over the years. So, like, initially when I was an overweight teenager, my main goal, my main motivation was to not be overweight and was to be in shape, because that was something that was going to build my confidence and change my life. And it really did. It really did change. It transformed my life, and that's why I created a business called Transformation HQ, because that was what I was hugely passionate about, and it transformed my life in many areas. But then once I've got in shape and I've stayed in shape, I've definitely had my pitfalls where I've gained more body fat than what I would like. Now that's inevitable, and that will happen to us all, and I'm sure it will happen to me again. But like, I've always looked at different ways to stay motivated. Now I'm married, I've got children, and my main goal now is to optimize my health as much as I possibly can do. Right? So that's what I would suggest to you, is you should always be looking at ways to, what is important to you right now. It could be fat loss. Fat loss could be the most important thing to you right now. So you should focus all your attention on that, right? And then when you achieve results, like, what's the most important thing to me now? Well, to be healthy, right? So then focus all your attention on that. So, but the facts don't change, right? I've always ate well, and I've always trained, right? Since I've been in shape. They're the main facts that we should always look at, like that we should always do consistently. But that's sometimes not enough to keep us motivated and to keep us like sort of wanting more and wanting to explore areas of our body and to benefit our life. Now, one thing that I'm doing currently is, again, looking at how can I optimize my health. So the one thing that I'm doing right now is, how can I optimize my gut health, to maximize my gut health, to really improve my health long term. And that's something that's keeping me motivated right now, right? So I've pretty much gone gluten free. So I'm pretty much, and that because gluten can cause some problems with the gut. And I've chose to cut out majority of sweeteners. I still have a few sweeteners here and there, but generally don't have chewing gum, generally don't have diet drinks. And then if you followed my videos for a while, you realize that they were a big part of my body transformation. And it's something that never stopped me losing fat, and it's something that would not impact majority's people's health or gut health if you followed the advice definitely that I was giving on my videos. But as I've been quite open and honest, is sometimes with habits, I let them escalate. So I was probably having, even though I was recommending, and I was majority of the time having sweeteners and not having too many, I would then creep into having too much chewing gum, too much diet drinks, too much like Skinny Co sauces where it's just sweetness. Now, I was having too much of it and it creeped up. And over a period of time, I do believe that has affected my gut health and being the health as it possibly can. So as always, I'm really keen to invest. So I got my bloods done, and I invested in a coach from Australia. It cost me, I want to give you figures because I think it's important that you understand how much you should invest. And I've always invested as much as I can, because I think health is so important. So it literally costed me about like £600 for the consultation, and then all the supplements after that as well. That was probably cost me about £200-300. Now, and I think your health is something that you should always spend money on, whether it's a little bit or a lot, whether it's investing in a better gym membership like we do at THQ. I think it's something that's very, very important to do so. So that's what I chose to do. That's what's keeping me motivated right now. I went on all this supplement profile that I'm currently over a 12-week period. And hopefully it's going to have positive impacts on my cholesterol as well. So if you've followed my videos, you'll know that I I have familial hypercholesterolemia, which is really just like an inheritably high cholesterol condition. That I've always had high cholesterol, but it's under control now because of my attitude towards food. I want to be honest with you, I do have to take prescribed medication, so I do have to take small amounts of statins, but that's just because that is in me. But and that's my current condition. But so I never disrespect that. I do take medication, but I'm also looking for ways that how can I make sure that it's better for me. So I'm currently obviously looking at optimizing my gut health, and then maybe that will have a positive effect on my cholesterol, so I can take even less statins and I can really optimize my health in that way. So that is something that I'm currently working on now, and that is what I think that people should do as well when they want to look at sort of ways to stay motivated. You need to constantly assess exactly where you're at. Look at certain areas. Now, there's another thing that I'm doing for my health as well, and this is why I've had my phone out here. Is you're going to have to do your research on this, but I think it's very important. So many of you know that I was always drink loads of Evian water because Evian it tasted nice, it was nice, but then from my consultation that I recently had, I've sort of known it for a while anyway. There's a lot of problems with having bottled plastic water. Now I am not getting into saying that you should stop drinking plastic bottles water, but there was a lot of things, and the microplastics, something that stood out for me that I didn't really like. Plus, if you actually have a little simple Google search, there is articles of loads of different problems that possibly could come from drinking plastic waters. With Evian as well, I have actually heard that they actually are aware of these like microplastics and these effects that it's having in the water. So I do know that they actually do try and test different plastics to see if that has positive effects, and if there's more to that, then I don't know. But for me, I'm just going to make sure that on the safe side, I just drink out of glass. Now, again, why am I saying you should drink out of glass now? No, I'm saying you should do the research. That was something that I've always read about, but then when I paid the money for this consultation, I had my bloods analysed, and he gave me this supplement protocol, we had a conversation about this, and I thought, this is time when I need to probably do that. I did my own research about it, and I've decided that I think it's more optimal for me to drink out of glass than it will be to drink out of plastic. So, but again, this video now is just me talking about ways that you should always look at your body transformation. The facts don't change. You train, you eat well, right? But sometimes that isn't enough to constantly stay motivated. You need to constantly assess, and how I've sort of progressed with my body transformation over the years is that, yes, I don't really need to generally lose much body fat anymore, but there's so many other ways that I can do. So I'm focusing on my health at the minute, right? So I suggest that you look inside to yourself and see what do you currently need to do, set plans, set goals to achieve them, right? And that's really just sort of a bit of an insight of what I'm currently doing right now, plus generally ways to stay motivated when it comes to maintaining a body transformation long term.